Yeah, g'day. It's Tuesday the 13th of June. It's 18 days since my surgery. It's about 10 days since my last video, and I thought I'd give you an update as to how my lens replacement surgery is going. To be blunt about it, it's not going well at all. The blurriness is still here. It's been really bad, to the point where I just hate going outside, walking around. It's like wearing a pair of someone else's prescription glasses that are really strong. You instantly get that eye strain feeling where it hurts and you just need to take the glasses off. That's what it feels like. It actually feels like I'm wearing a pair of blurry glasses. When I'm driving, I can drive. I've got 1720 vision now. It's dropped from 2020, so I can still read the charts. I can make out license plates, I can make out street signs, but it's not crystal clear. If it's a really bright day, I have to wear sunglasses. Excuse me. Yeah, it's really uncomfortable. Nighttime, I got caught in traffic coming back from Brisbane when I went and saw the clinic recently, the eye clinic, and the sun went down because I was caught in traffic. There'd been a few accidents and it was terrible. The halos off the back of the car brake lights was really bad, especially the SUVs, because they've got like two on the sides, and then they got one up on the roof. They're just overlapping, big round cobweb shaped halos. Headlights are pretty bad too, but it seems like that for me the brake lights are worse. Street lamps, big massive cobweb shaped halos around lights. For some reason, I don't know why, they're not halos, they're like big starburst glare. So I get a combination of those. Saying that, nighttime vision is better. So there's definitely an issue with light. I suppose refracting off the rings off the lenses is causing some issues with my focus. So when I'm looking at night, if I take away the car lights and the street lamps, it's actually not too bad. Things look clearer at night for me. The outlines and shapes of things, for some reason, look clearer. Not 100%, but they do look better. So yeah, I do have to sort of keep my sunglasses on in the daytime as much as I can. When I'm inside, like I was at the gym today, and it has fluoro lights, a bit sort of darker, I can look on the other side of the room several meters away, and I can read the subtitles on the TV screens. So yeah, it's strange how in subdued light I can make out things better. When I'm driving around or walking around, I can see license plates quite easily from several meters away. So that's a good indication that at least there's something happening that's working. But around that, it's just this blur. It's almost like you got something in your eyes. I can't explain it. When I'm looking on my phone, if I'm reading up close, that's about the only time I can sort of make things out clear. So about 35 to 40 centimeters reading on my phone or any sort of text on things is clear. But the contrast has changed. The black, like the actual black, is not so black anymore. It's more of a greyish black, and there's the outline of the letters. It's not sharp. they're not sharp edges, they're like a bit fuzzy. So everything's like, when I'm reading on my phone, I turn the brightness right up to try and make the letters clearer, but it really doesn't help that much. What else? I just wrote some things down so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, so anyway, I was getting really concerned about my eyes, so I called the clinic and said that, look, it's been over 2 weeks now, things are not getting better, they're actually getting worse. And she sort of asked me about my symptoms, and she said to me, it sounds like what's happened is when the day after surgery, your what did she say, like the cornea is swollen, the pupils are still a bit dilated. That's why you were getting perfect vision, almost perfect vision, and you could see distances really well, and you thought, wow, this is great. Then the next day, because inflammation is sort of reducing, she said also the capsule where the lens goes in, the membrane of that capsule sort of wraps itself around the lens, and what it can do, it's not common, but it can pull the lens forward in your eyes, so therefore it's instantly caused it to become out of focus. And that refractive error then begins. And she said to me, this is what she thinks has happened to my eyes. But the problem with that theory is that it's very uncommon to happen in both eyes. One eye, yeah, okay, I could get it, but both, it's very uncommon. So it's strange if that's what's happened to me, that I've actually got it in both eyes. So maybe I'm just very unlucky, and that's what's happened. It's actually called anterior capsule contraction syndrome. That's the actual medical term for it. And she said the only thing that can remedy this is laser surgery. So it sounds like I think they burn a hole through that membrane, because it can wrinkle on the front as well when it wraps around the lens, and it can cause that blurriness and make your vision not correct. So anyway, she said that my appointment's still on the 19th, and she said it can correct itself. It's still a wait and see game, so I just have to still hang in there and just take my drops, the Maxidex and the Elevro at night. So I'm doing all that, plus just eye lubricant, because my eyes have just been getting really dry as well, so I'm constantly putting drops in my eyes. So probably a week after that, or 5 days, I woke up, my eyes were really heavy. They felt really heavy and sore, and things were just even blurrier than they were. That was just getting worse. So I called the clinic up again, and I think they were getting a bit concerned too. They said, look, we want you to come in, and they scheduled me for an emergency appointment. So I went straight in, drove up to Brisbane, and excuse me, saw the ophthalmologist there. She did a full eye exam, and she said your lenses are perfectly in place, the healing on the eye surface is fine, there's only a tiny bit of inflammation. She said everything seems to be going well, but she said, yes, you're not 20/20 anymore, you're 17/20, though you're still legal to drive. She said the only thing that could fix this now, it would be a script, but she said the problem with like getting your glasses before laser surgery is the fact that you know, within a month's time that script could change again, because your eyes are still healing and changing and getting used to these lenses. So there's basically not much they can do at all. I just have to grin and bear it. My next appointment's on the 19th. She also said that the problem with these lenses is they come in half diopter increments. So they order them from the manufacturer, and their measurements determine what diopter I have in each eye. I think left or right, can't remember, one's got a half diopter difference to the other one, but they don't have quarter diopters. They don't come in that, so sometimes it's just not possible to get the exact right lens implant, and it's people then like me that need laser surgery on top to just correct that refractive error. Excuse me. So basically, as it stands, I'm just going to have to grin and bear it. Probably today, compared to the last couple of days, I have to say I seem to be getting some bits of clearer vision, like just reading number plates and signs, but then other times I'll go out in the sun or go out in the daylight and everything's just super blurry again. So it's really weird. I can't tell whether my eyes are getting better or not. But today just seemed like things may have been a bit better. My left eye is not as good as my right. My left eye is really blurry still, but my right eye, I'm starting to, what seems like I'm making out things a little bit better, but it's fluctuating as well, so it's really hard to say, oh yeah, maybe it's getting better, then tomorrow it'll get worse. So I just can't tell. The doctor said it can fluctuate as well. So they also said there's a thing called a exaggerated inflammatory response, where your immune system can sometimes overreact and cause extra inflammation in your eyes, but I don't think they found any extra inflammation when they did the examination, so that's sort of been dispensed with, that possible explanation. So yeah, I'm just going to have to wait and see. It's becoming a bit of an issue for me, because I was planning to go to Thailand the end of next month, but with my eyes being the way they are, if I do need laser surgery, it's going to be a problem, because I don't know if I can really cope with traveling around in another country with my eyes like this for too long. It could be 6 months before they decide that I can have the laser surgery. So it's really hard to know what to do. But because wearing glasses is not going to help at the moment. But they said that on the 19th they may give me a script because now I'm short-sighted, because I can see up close but I can't see distances. So they said that we might give you a script for glasses so you can see long distance until you're ready for laser surgery. So yeah, sorry that I may get some glasses. So it may be the case, yeah, that I get some glasses until my laser surgery. So the question is, do I regret having this surgery? I would have to say right now, yes, I do regret it. From just this complete blurriness, it's really uncomfortable. My vision's worse than what it was before surgery. Even though my eyesight was really bad before surgery, I could at least look at distances and around me without this massive uncomfortable blur. It was still blurry without my glasses before, but at least I could whack on my glasses and see clearly, both short and mid and long distance. But now there is just nothing that can help me see distances, so it's sort of really, it's distressing a bit. So yeah, I would have to say that I am regretting it, and I hope my opinion changes and things go well. It seems like most people have a good outcome, and they're positive about it. Things have cleared up within a week or two, and they're happy. But I'm just one of those lesser percent of people that are not getting the outcome that they were hoping for. So it could be just a matter of just waiting it out longer, and my opinion about this may change down the track, and I might say I don't regret it and it was the best thing I ever did. But for just right now, I am regretting it. I am concerned about whether or not they will be able to correct it to the point where I'm happy, because I have read other people's experiences on forums that the outcomes have not been good, and even with laser surgery and then repeated laser surgery, it just hasn't rectified their vision. So that is a real concern for me, because I'm sort of moving between two countries, coming backwards and forwards, and it's not ideal because airfares are very expensive now. Just cost of living expenses here in Australia are just ridiculously high. So it's just making things a lot more expensive than what I was hoping for. I sort of did expect that things could go wrong. I wasn't sort of saying, oh, everything's going to be fine. I did sort of plan that there could be some issues, but I'm sort of now thinking, oh, have I done the right thing? This is sort of going a bit pear-shaped. But it's still early days, and I just thought I'd just give you my point of view, just the way I'm thinking as a consumer of these lenses. I'm sure many other people have also felt the same, and have regrets, but there are also those that have had a good outcome. So for now, I'll just leave it at that, and hopefully the next time that I do an update, maybe I'll do an update in a month's time now, it'll be a much happier story. So anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.